A male and female are to the governance of a family very much like what a Republicans and Democrats are to the governance of the nation. They both may have a lot of differences, but in fact, it's the checks and balances of having the Republicans, the Democrats, the executives and the judiciary, the male and the female, exactly because they are different. They both add valuable components for the children.
As with mom's protection and dad's teasing.
Precisely, and dads tend to encourage risk-taking. They tend to push the child almost past the point that the child can handle it. And mom says, the child's crying, enough's enough. And the two together really work for the children very well.
Another example of how checks and balances work in everyday life, if you could.
Like a child may say, "Mom, can I climb the tree?" And mom will tend to say something like, "Well, sweetie, maybe in a couple of years. The tree is quite dangerous. You could hurt yourself." But if the child is just with the dad will tend to say, "Well, sweetie, be careful, but go ahead and climb the tree." And the dad will start watching, but maybe a cell phone call will allow the dad to sort of get distracted. A dad won't overpay attention to it. The child will maybe fall out of the tree and get a concussion or some type of, broken nose or arm or whatever. And the mom just goes berserk about the issue. But when dad and mom are together, what often happens is that the mom says, "No, you can't climb the tree yet." So the child goes to the dad. The dad says, "Well, okay, but be careful." Mom gets wind of the fact that dad has said yes. The two of them have an argument about it. But the result of that argument is oftentimes the mother and father agreeing that, okay, Jane can climb that tree, but can only climb up to these branches. And Dad, you've got to be out there, and no cell phone out there. And so what the child gets is the advantage of risk-taking, adventuresome skills that increases the IQ by developing synapses that haven't been developed before, and at the same time gets the protection that sometimes the father would neglect because the father tends to be not enough protection focused. And so when the mother and father are in that tension with each other, they oftentimes misinterpret what's going on. They have an argument. They say, "Oh, we don't agree. This is terrible for the children. Maybe we need a divorce." I disagree. That's exactly what is working for the child, is that disagreement, is that tension. But the mother and father, in order not to want a divorce, have to understand the value, the positive value of those checks and balances of that tension.